Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Spyro the Dragon. In the last episode, we arrived here at Peacekeeper's World, where we completed the main world here, Peacekeepers, as well as Dry Canyon and Clifftown. And in this episode, we are going to continue with Peacekeepers by going into probably Peacekeeper's hardest stage, known as Ice Cavern. We've already got enough gemstones, if you guys remember, to go from Peacekeepers to Magic Crafters. You only need 1,200 gems, but we were able to get all the amount we needed by Dry Canyon, ending at 1,600 gems. And here we are. Now, I do remember one thing about Ice Cavern, in terms of difficulty, and that is that they like to hide gems on top of light posts sometimes. And you wouldn't notice it because it would look so natural that as you walked by it, nothing would change. So, we want to make sure. I always like jump flaming the big guys because then they can't exactly punch me.
A word of caution, little one. Wait until you grow big, like me, before charging those large enemies.
Also, that kind of tip is a little... It's correct. You don't want to charge the large enemies because you're not strong enough to just charge them. However, it does create the misconception for later on in this level where charging the enemy is actually going to be slightly more beneficial. Let's see. Trying to remember how this stage works. Oh, here's actually a good point. As you can see way off in the distance, those green glows. If you remember me talking in the last episode, the PlayStation 1 couldn't render objects in distance like that. This is what I was talking about. In the remake, you can kind of see the gems just kind of spinning there. But because the PlayStation 1 wasn't designed to render all the pixels and data of the gems at that distance, the creators despawned the gemstones themselves but kept the tiny files for the pixels, and you'd see the sparkles.
Some big Norks up ahead are wearing armor, and in the ice cave, armor can make their feet very slippery.
This one gives a better tip about the enemies. And here are the gemstones that I was mentioning that disguise themselves on the light posts. I feel like I'm missing a step. I was. Okay. Be careful of where you jump. This is the lock chest, I think. Yes. So somewhere there is a key. Right there, actually. Now, Spark cannot get the key, so make sure that you always walk into it. And we are kind of in an unknown area. So my recommendation is backtrack. Door.
Thank you for releasing me.
And a generic thank you. Remember, that is something that will be coming up more often than not in these stages. Just because while the dragons do teach you, the player, the new mechanics and techniques in each of the levels, there is not enough information to give everyone unique context. Okay. Make sure we're in position. There we go. And we continue up the ice cave. I think we actually made it back. Yes, we did. I wanted the key and backtracked to where the key goes. So now I don't have to do like 5 loops in this level. Let's get all of these, and we're just gonna fly back down like before. Actually, will I be able to make it? Oh my goodness, I did. Be warned of Norks with the snowballs, similar to cannon and gun wielding Norks. They can be a nuisance. Let's go this way. Okay. Now we are at the end of the stage, but as you can tell that there is still more to do. Let's get Asher.
Thanks for freeing me, Spyro. And now, where was I?
So, okay, random. That was a fairly random dragon. So we still have more of this level. Even though we've completed the main track of Ice Cave, it's now time to go through the secret areas of Ice Cave. We have some new Norks. These ones are on skis, though they're basically just as dangerous as the snowball ones, which is not very. Bump the armored dude twice and you can knock him off into, I think this is supposed to be water again, but it might still be tar. More of the weird light posts. Once again, don't forget to ram into them. Otherwise, you may end up missing a couple of gems. Like here. I think I have a Nork trying to throw a snowball at me over here. Or not? Bats in this level are kind of your sheep, where if you burn and flame them, they'll give you the hearts. Or the butterflies to heal sparks.
You've done well, Spyro. Some dragons thought you weren't ready, but I knew they were wrong.
I'm ready, all right. Ready for what?
So we found all the dragons, but we're still missing gems. What is here? Oh. Okay, so we just went the long way around. We're basically back at the end. Hopefully the last of the gems are here. Which they most likely are. I'm just a bit nervous I might have missed a couple of posts. Oh, nope, I'm good. But now I want that. Those. So, the way to get those is actually quite tricky. You want to go all the way back to the beginning. So just be careful about where you run. Lots of cliff problems here. That's not the way back. This is. I have to say, Ice Caves is probably one of my favorite levels of Spyro. Just because I'm a huge advocate of the snowy stages. I don't like winter myself. It is cold. And, like, it's cold, it's freezing. You're slipping all over the place. The snow gets all over the place. It's not fun. That being said, winter levels are pretty cool because they try to take amazing concepts and make them fun. So to get where we were, we want to fly this way. And now we get 3 1-ups. Not like dying is a big concern here. We have 23 lives. And we still have 0 deaths. So I believe it said that this level is 100%. Yes, it is. So now let's go out of the level. And that, I guess now would be the time to mention it. Every world has 3 realms, 1 flight stage, and the boss. We just finished realm number 3. Since realm 1 would have been Dry Canyon, realm 2 would have been Cliff Town, and realm 3 is the Ice Cavern. Now we're going to go to Night Flight, which, in my opinion, is probably the better flight level to introduce players to flight levels. Is probably why the first one is hidden, while this one is just slightly barricaded. So, if we come up to Night Flight, make sure you know where your flaming button is, especially like when you're playing and you can't exactly look down. Like now, if I look down all the time, it'll look weird. Here we go. Night Flight. So first and foremost, fly through the rings. Next up, flame the treasure chests. Spyro does level out his flight automatically. And be careful about getting caught on ledges. If you get caught, you might fall into the frigid abyss below. Next, the arches. Done. We're going to retry and we're going to do the same pattern. So first, the rings. I think you can do this in a reverse order to something. No, you can't. It really makes you go straight for the rings. You could do lighthouses next, but this stage is very much streamlined. Designed to take you from one objective to the next. So, arches. Once again, be very careful about where you're flying. And now, the lighthouses. If you take your time, I don't even know how I messed up. Maybe I didn't cut a corner? Oh. So get the first 3 and head this way. I hate when I miss. This is gonna take us a couple tries. The angle is awful to try. Trying again. Wow, that was so bad. I missed the first ring. Trying again. And I missed. What? Okay, that's a new control that I did not know. Nope. We're gonna go back to the original pattern. Rings. Chest. Arches. Lighthouses. I did it. Oh, that one was... Oh my gosh. No. No. Anyways, that was several attempts of Night Flight. If you can do it in one try, awesome. Obviously, this one is definitely more streamlined in a singular direction, but it is likely you'll have something like me where somehow you're just not doing it fast enough, getting from one point to another. And it does make a difference. Now we're going to go to Doom and Destruction. That's my first death. Because I panicked and I pressed charge. I'm not happy about that. Because all I wanted was to get to this. Perfect. Doctor Shemp, perfect. I wonder if that's referring to attempt to complete Doctor Shemp in a perfect run. Don't take damage from him. The skill points don't exactly explain what it is exactly you're trying to do. So here we go. We're going to try Doctor Shemp without taking any damage. I'm still so bitter about that death. 4 episodes in, I was hoping to have a no death run. Ooh, we're dealing with an eclipse. Be careful here. We have these guys with the and I know their names now, Fat Ladies. This is an example not what I thought was gonna happen. Interesting. They're not doing what I feel they should be doing. By the way, be prepared for... I guess they's not gonna come running. Around the corner is a dude. Two dudes. I only ever remember one dude coming. Fat ladies. Am I right? No offense. I'm talking about the enemies called fat ladies. Please nobody take offense. That is their literal name. I even looked it up. Also, I flew to the wrong location while I was up there. With this little secret back area, you go up. You're supposed to fly there. At the very top of your jump, glide, and you get a 25. Now, I'm pretty sure you don't have to fly this way. Yes, there is a secret path. So you don't have to fly to that. I'm gonna go back to calling them big mamas. Fat ladies just, it feels awful saying that. So big mamas.
Dr. Shemp thinks he's so cool. You don't know what it's been like listening to him over and over. But I tell you one thing. He should watch his back.
Yes, he should. The dragons found in the boss levels basically gives you the hints of how to defeat them. I hate every time I play this game and I attack that one big mama that I can never land to the other side just to take the gem. And you can't exactly fly back from that door, so you have to go around anyways. Okay. So, this is Doctor Shemp. The idea is for you to flame his butt while he's turned around. The bridges then unravel themselves and you can cross. Otherwise, you can't progress further into the stage. Now, okay, so you have to get a bit closer. He'll spin around and you can blaze him. I find the first hit on Doctor Shemp to be harder than all the other hits. And all that one is to time the jump after he spins. And then we have the 25. And we completed the stage. However, as we all know, we are trying to 100% the game. So we will exit, but we will go back in after. and get ourselves the skill point. Because as we all know, we want them skills. Also, my audio is going to be pretty bad this episode. My mic is way up. Then again, I did do an audio check and the audio did sound fine. So let's try this again. So if you press A, you get this flapping. If you press the triggers, you get this roll, and then you can flame. Here we go again. We want perfect. I guess now would be a time to talk about these weird orbs that you collect when you defeat an enemy you've previously defeated. These orbs that they drop are kind of like a build up to a 1-up. There they go. So they build up to a 1-up. If you defeat, I actually don't know the exact number you're supposed to defeat to get it. But you have to... I'm trying to remember. Defeat a certain amount of enemies before you can get a new life. As I had previously said, Doctor Shemp's first attack is kind of the hardest to hit, because it's actually hard to know what he's gonna do. Remember, in this round, he spins. And then in the next one, he spins again, but he swings the orb, his staff, at the same time, so you need to jump flame. And there we go. Skill acquired. We are the best. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Spyro the Dragon. If you've enjoyed what you saw, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Mash the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell if you have not for more Spyro the Dragon content. Spyro of the Dragon. Amazing. I know the title of this game. In the next episode, we will be talking to our balloonist of this region, who is not Marco. He is...
I can't believe how fast you found so much
Gosnold.
stolen treasure.
Thank you.
I'm aboard for the Magic Crafter's world if you're ready.
I'm going to stay here for the time being. So we'll talk to Gosnold in the next episode, jump into his hot air balloon, and head to Magic Crafters World 3 of Spyro the Dragon. We also mark the 2/3 part of this game, as next episode we start in World 3 of 6. Thanks guys for watching. You can follow me on Twitter by following the links down below. Join our Discord. And of course, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next episode. Bye.